So Yuya Takahashi really wants to go down in history as the greatest writer in the Kamen Rider series, I guess, huh? I just finished watching episode 25 of Zeztz, and I can't believe how good it is. The episode's called Get Started, which is, not a big surprise. But what is a big surprise is how a lot of people are saying New Game Plus, how it's doing this New Game Plus sort of thing. But I want to focus on something else. There's two other things, and unfortunately, I have not had enough time to digest this episode for me to have a really cogent thing. Like, I don't have that one thing I want to focus on. Except for this. At the end of the episode, when he, and of course this is spoilers for the show, at the end of the episode, Baku says, I only have one mission now, and that is, don't make my dream come true. That got me. I don't know why. If we go to the context, what has Baku's dream been for years? Baku's dreams have been about being this invincible agent, code number 7. And then it turns out, from episode 1, episode 2, whatever, that he is code number 7. And he's got Zero who he's working with. And Zero, I can't tell if, to me, Zero looks like he's supposed to be a white guy, at least the Agent Zero from the movie, but Code Agent Zero looks like he's not. He looks Japanese, or maybe he's Hafu. Anyway, my point is, Baku has wanted to be this guy. He's wanted to be this invincible secret agent, and he thought he was. And he had this whole crisis of confidence when he realized that he wasn't this invincible agent. And then he became the invincible agent, and he still got killed anyway. That dream where Code kills him, and where the nightmares awaken into the world, and other things, is the dream that he's trying to not make come true. He had this premonition dream, and he doesn't want the premonition to come true because, of course, why would he? It's a horrible dream. People die. Even he wants to save the lady, it looks like, which is going to be interesting. Her redemption arc is not going to be easy for me to swallow. Honestly, it seems like 3 is a bad guy. Seems like 0 is a bad guy from that conversation they had. 5 and 6, I don't know. Kure has kind of, we'll see what happens. I really like her. I'm glad she's back. I liked 5, even though he made me a little bit uncomfortable with him saying, he's a killer. Even though we've discussed my thoughts on killing versus murder before, but if you want, you can ask me in the comment, we can discuss about it. But I've made that clear in previous episodes. So, it is a bad dream, but it could have been a good dream. Had he not died, he found Nem, and he got her to wake up. He got Odaka to wake up, who's been wandering in dreams as well. Those things are still true. I guess because it's a premonition, it's factual, but I don't know how he had, accurately operating corollaries or copies of versions of these other people in his dream. I don't really get that. I don't know that we want to dig into that. It doesn't really matter, probably, in the end. What's important is that he has this bad dream that he doesn't want to make come true. That stems from this lifelong dream that he's had of wanting to make his dream of being this invincible secret agent come true. However, it's very possible that Code themselves are the ones who incepted that dream into him and made him want to be this guy. So, I think it's sad on one level that he was manipulated as a kid to have this dream implanted in him. However, I don't think it's that didn't make me sad originally. Looking back in the context, it's kind of sad. Yeah, kind of his life was stolen from him. However, that makes Code a much stronger analog to Shocker because they went to Takeshi Hongo, they took him, they cut up his body, they put machines inside of him, they couldn't change his brain until, they were going to, but they failed to. And that's why he was the Kamen Rider, that's why he was the hero who defied them and who was a traitor to Shocker, as he should have been. Just like if Code is evil, then Baku should be a traitor to them, even though he has his power given to him from them. And I don't know, it's interesting that we there's so much we don't know, despite the fact that we have a lot of the information. And moving on from the fact that it hurt me so much to hear Baku say, don't make my dream come true. I think, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to psychoanalyze myself live right here and figure out why that hurt me so much. But it did. and I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to springboard off of that to say, I think because of all the little facts that I presented to you right now, that once again, Yuya Takahashi is an amazing writer, amazing storyteller, and I'm impressed by the fact that he's been able to give us all these pieces. He's been able to put all these pieces on the board, and they're true from a certain point of view, and now we're going to see him replay them and remix them into this story in this really skillful way that does a couple things. One, it tells an effective story. For the whole run of Zeztz 1 through 24, was impressed by it. I always liked it. There were some things that I thought were kind of lame or that I had a quibble with or whatever, but always I was very much, this is a good show, or it was a great show. Never, this is a bad show or this is a bad episode. The episodes were always good or great, and sometimes amazing, like, beyond great if that's possible. But it's like, they've been good, better, best, as opposed to, good, bad, worse, best, whatever. So the quality has been high the whole time. Again, it's high quality. Yuya Takahashi's writing. It's a 0-1 reference joke thing. Okay? Anyway, so it's been really good throughout, and he's an extremely skillful storyteller because he's presented all these things to us in a way that we get an entertaining story on one level, but there's a deeper story hidden underneath that, and he's able to tell a different story, an alternate route to the story, using the same pieces, the same characters, the same items, the same toys, literally, and somehow he's going to do that. And I have full confidence that he's going to be able to do that, because that's the kind of thing that he did with X8, for example. I don't know that I'd say that's the kind of thing he did with 0-1. But anyway, I'm impressed with the depth of skill, and the ability this man has to take these assets that he has, these toys that were designed, these suits that were designed, and that are designed for just selling the toys, and from that craft this beautiful, heart-touching, emotionally stirring story, and I absolutely love it. I'm trying so hard to stay focused in these analysis videos, but I really want to veer off and talk about something else, but I'm just going to have to save it for another time. Except to say this, it's ironic that we had, now I'm talking about episode 25 and just how good it is. And how, well, also another thing, he very skillfully pulls together all the pieces. It looks like the nightmare thing didn't happen. Fujimi's going to go his own way. He gets fired, or demoted or whatever it was. And then, Nausicaa, who doesn't have any connection to Fujimi because they have no connection, they just met. She's like, yeah, see you later, buddy. We didn't, we don't know each other, so I'm out of here. But then Baku's able to pull them together by knowing something about him, Otaka, knowing something about her, Kureha, and he pulls his sister right into it. She's now part of the group. So all of the work that was done in episode 24, this is why people are saying new game plus speedrun, whatever. All the things that were set up before are now pulled back together. We've got the team back together, basically, but with this new context. And it's just amazing that we're going to watch him get started. Like, we literally got started in this episode. It's really fantastic. And I'm glazing, I think is the term the kids use these days, Yuya Takahashi, because he's great. And I've liked him from X8, which I almost quit. Me and a group of people were watching and reviewing Kamen Rider at the time. And we were like, X8, this looks dumb. We're not going to watch this. Let's check it out and see what it's like. And we were like, yeah, this is weird. It's uncomfortable. And then, like, a couple episodes in, we were like, this is really good. And then it turned out to be one of the greatest shows. And I haven't watched enough of Geeks yet. I only watched the first 13 episodes or so. But I gotta go back and watch it now. How can it not be good? And whatever else he's done, I'll check out his other Kamen Rider stuff if I haven't seen it. I've seen 0-1 as well. But he's a fantastic writer, and he writes things the way I want them to be written, and he writes things within the spirit of Kamen Rider. I think if Ishinomori were alive today, if Ishinomori was seeing his work, he'd be proud of what he's doing with Kamen Rider. Yeah, I think that's true. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know what you thought about my attempted focus analysis that kind of went all over the place, and help me figure out what's well, not help me figure out. Check the pin comment for more. I know I'm going to have extra stuff. There will be stuff in the pinned comment linking you to the bonus content, because I'm going to have a lot of other ideas where I'm going to break down individual things from this episode that are worthy, that warrant being talked about, and I will talk about them, give them the focus they need. But just, Takahashi's great. If you disagree, let me know how you disagree. Give me examples of how Takahashi isn't a great writer, isn't the greatest modern writer for this series. And yeah, we can talk about Ultraman, the weaknesses of Ultraman compared to this, which I don't want to say, and even maybe we can talk about Sentai. We'll give Project Red more time. Let's talk about Sentai and Ultraman compared to Kamen Rider, and just like, look, this is why Kamen Rider is successful. It's good. It's good storytelling. It hooks you. You are riveted by it. You want it, and the attachment to the characters and the story makes you want to buy the toys. It does. I hate the capsules. They're dumb, stupid power balls, but I'm honestly feeling like, yeah, maybe I should buy one because this is so freaking cool. Or let me get a figure arts of Zero. Not Zero. Well, maybe Zero. That's cool too. But like, let me get a Zeztz figure arts because it's so cool. But whatever. Incredible. Incredible. Again, thank you for watching. I love that too, that Minami, I've got the episode playing in the background. Minami's like, how did you get in here? Well, you didn't answer the door, so I climbed through the window, Nausicaa says. And she's like, oh, of course you did. Why wouldn't you? Anyway, very funny. It's a great show. These are great characters. And, cool toys. I want to see, if we're going to do this again, stop using Catastrum and start using Wing. Because I need more Birdmen in my life. Anyway, this is MJ with Rider Tears and Henshin Inspection signing out. Let me know what you thought about this episode and about the series so far. Check the pinned comment for the bonus content, because there will be bonus content there. It's going to be great, and you're going to love it.